first of all, you have to pick your chocolate.
Doves.
I like Dove chocolate.
Okay.
Dove chocolate's delicious. Ghirardelli makes little chocolate chips now. And that's really easy. Then you don't even have to chop it. You
Is
just
that the
take-
dark?
What is it?
This is the dark.
Okay.
So pick a chocolate that you like. Dark chocolates are probably the best. They'll set up the best for a truffle. And you'll add some sweet, and you're going to add cream to it. So that's what milk chocolate kind of is the cream added to the chocolate. So you're going to do that. So use a nice dark chocolate that you like the flavor of. And it's 16 ounces, so a pound of dark chocolate or the chocolate chips. I've even used Nestle semi-sweet. It's not the greatest, but you know, it's fine. And you chop it up as kind of fine because you want it to all melt. So you can see I've already chopped up a bunch.
Just like Rachel
You're just like, I know. So this is what you do, and then when it's done, it looks like this.
Exactly.
4-inch.
And I read an article that Dove dark chocolate's really good for you. Did anybody else read this article recently?
It's not good for you?
It's really good.
Oh, it is good for
Yeah.
you?
Did you know that singing is good for you too?
No, I didn't know that.
I literally cut out and pasted the Scotch tape, a article that I'm bringing
Be sure to
tomorrow.
give it to Taylor.
I am. He'll be thrilled.
Apparently the Dove chocolate is the best. Okay, so we have our chopped chocolate, and then we're going to heat in a small saucepan 1 cup of cream.
Okay.
Heavy
That would be
cream?
not a good thing.
Is that
Heavy
heavy
cream?
Heavy cream.
Heavy cream, okay.
Yeah, you can do that if you want. Heavy cream, yep.
Are you videoing this?
8 ounces in a cup. 8 ounces in
So
a
it's
cup.
like, yeah, so you could change the proportions if you wanted.
Oh, okay.
Right, if you wanted to do if you wanted to do half a pound of chocolate, then you'd do a half a cup of.
Okay.
Oh, I see, okay.
Okay, and then we're gonna put in 2 tablespoons of butter. Get this going.
All right, see.
I just got a thank you
Okay.
girl. Just a blank card for
And
my
then a
daughter to
teaspoon
stick
of-
of butter on the outside.
Of honey,
Is
which
this
I
a
don't
card?
measure, so just do some honey.
So just how much you want, or? how
Just a
much?
little bit of honey, you know, if your chocolate is, more bitter, might want a little bit more. It gives it a good flavor and the butter gives it a good shine.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we're gonna heat that until it just boils.
Boils.
So when it gets to that bubbly point, you want it to be really good and hot. Because you're gonna pour it over top of your chocolate, it's gonna be the only thing that melts your chocolate.
Oh.
You're gonna put it in my instruction, what happens is if it doesn't quite all melt up when you do it, you can put it in the microwave right now. You can put it in the microwave for like 15-second intervals, half power, until all the chunks dissolve. Because what you want to make sure is that it's nice and smooth and there isn't any unmelted chocolate chunks.
So if you put it on high, then it just, what does it do?
The high here,
No, I mean if you put it in the microwave on high.
burn. It would burn. You have to melt chocolate on half power.
I didn't know, I just did
The
that today
edges
on
would
full,
get-
but I'd watch it.
If you're
and then
really careful
yeah.
and you watch really closely and you're in there stirring a bunch, you'll be fine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So do you get that to boiling in order to get it hot enough to know when it's warm?
Right, to know, make sure that it will melt all that chocolate.
Things.
Yeah, because otherwise you'll be with the microwave, which you can do. And I've seen different recipes where you can start with melting the chocolate in the microwave, then pour the cream over. I've seen lots of different ways to do them. So the idea is just to get the cream and the chocolate to come together in a big melted, what you're making is you're making ganache.
Whichever I heard the word, I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, I'm going to show you what it is. It's
Okay.
the most amazing stuff in the whole wide world.
There,
It makes all kinds of good stuff. I'll show you.
Can't be the same as, isn't there ganache too? Isn't there something called?
You wash on something.
Yeah, well,
That,
Oh, I know.
there's some kind of a.
And then once we get this all heated up and it's boiling, then you get to pick what kind of flavor you want to give to your chocolate. So you can give it all different kinds of flavors. You can put about a teaspoon of vanilla in. You take it off the heat, then put that in. You can also do the Chambord. That would be the raspberry. This is a raspberry liqueur. So you can put in some of that. I
Because she's already saying she gets
Some of the
out.
truffles that I brought today, instead of 100% cream, I put some cream cocoa. It's like something you make pina coladas with. It's in the drink section.
Cream Coke,
You know what that is?
Yeah.
And you put some of that in, and then that was a coconut cream truffle on the inside. Yeah. So you can just make them your own, unique. There's all different kinds of liquors you can put into them if you like that. You can put Bailey's. You can put like coffee, like instant coffee, and make a mocha. So you would put the instant. Here, is it boiled? Is it bubbly? We'll just do it really quick here, because I don't think it was quite bubbled. You saw bubbles? Well, that's not quite boiling. Remember, bubbles, you have to be like where they're bubbling, but you can't stir them down. That's boiling.
That's good to know, because that's what you can stir them down.
Yeah, but it is boiling on the side, so it's kind of scalded right now.
It had a little bowl, a little rolling pin, a little.
Okay, we cheated a little bit there. Yeah, we made it pretty hot. Okay, so now that it got hot, okay, watch out there. I'm gonna pour this over the top.
Let's see. Oh my goodness, it doesn't seem to.
And then we are gonna stir it one time. So Amelia, go ahead and stir it one time. Just to make sure that the cream and the chocolate come together. Okay, then you can stop. Okay, and then you set it aside. And you have to let it sit for about 5 minutes until it, until it's all, you can, but if you let it sit, if you let it sit, then it will be perfectly smooth and all the chocolate will be melted when you're done.
Why do you stir it just once?
Because
Less work.
I want to make sure, I don't know really why, I mean, all I'm trying to do is just make sure that the cream is touching all the chocolate. I don't want there to be like a spot where the chocolate isn't have any cream touching it.
Okay.
So that's the only idea. I just don't want to start stirring it all together at this point, because I want to make sure all the chocolate's melted,
Okay.
because otherwise you could end up with chunks of unmelted chocolate. And then when you bite into the creamy center of your truffle, you might have like a chunk of chocolate, like a chocolate chip kind of in your truffle. So that's the reason why I do that.
It's supposed to sit.
What?
It's supposed to sit.
It's supposed to sit? You're right, I'm sorry. Oh, we forgot to put our vanilla in. That's okay. Or should we make the chambord ones? Should we put
Use the
sugar in it?
fancy stuff.
Yeah.
Alright. So the amount that you put in, okay, the more you put in, the softer your truffle will be. So you don't want to overdo it, but a teaspoon isn't enough because you really can't taste it. So I just kind of glug some there. But if you overdo it, then you'll have really soft centers. So you wouldn't want that. So
You
just
need
kinda-
what, at least a teaspoon?
Teaspoon.
A teaspoon, probably more like a tablespoon, yeah,
Okay.
something like that. This isn't a full recipe, so I didn't put the full
Mhm.
amount that
Is
I
that the
probably
same
would.
for vanilla then, or
No, for the vanilla, only a teaspoon.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need as much vanilla, it's much more
how
powerful.
much, when you put coffee in, do you put coffee granules in, or you put,
You could do two different things. Like, if you just have like regular ground coffee, you could put the coffee right in with the cream and let it steep. Then pour it through cheesecloth before you pour the cream over top of your chocolate. Or if you have instant coffee, like maybe just,
yeah,
I don't know, there's a lot of those like drink mixes and stuff, you could just put in a teaspoon or to just taste the cream and see if you think it tastes
Okay.
like coffee to you,
Mhm.
then that will flavor so I kind of just mostly do it by taste, so I don't have the exact amounts for that. So, okay, so now it's probably sat long enough. Amelia, let's stir up. Show them what it looks like. So now we're making, this is ganache that we're making. So you just stir it all the way from the center, and then just keep stirring until it comes together. Very good. And then I was going to show you a picture. I use ganache for a lot of different things, but it's a great frosting. So you can so I've made like an angel food cake, and then poured the ganache over the top, and then let it drip down the sides.
Yeah.
And then Amelia made these these cupcakes for her birthday this year. And all we did was make chocolate cupcakes, and then just take the tops of the cupcakes and dip them straight down into the ganache, and then put sprinkles on them.
Oh, does that?
Oh,
You
my
know? And
goodness.
so instead of having to go through and make the whole frosting, it just it is a it's
And we
it's just
also made a
delicious.
cake.
That's the
It
ganache.
doesn't, yeah, that's the ganache. So it's not, it doesn't get hard like chocolate. It stays
So
soft.
you use that like as a frosting?
Yeah, I
It
use it as a
hardens
frosting.
enough
It hardens enough,
and it stays
and it
fresh.
has a nice sheen, like it's very, very shiny.
Put that on.
Right, so you can do all kinds of things. Like you could take like a cookie, but then, well, the cookie, I suppose, it wouldn't quite. It still stays a little bit soft. It's more like a frosting. But yeah, you could take cookies or something like that. Okay, so you can see that now we have like the ganache, and it looks like that. Yep. So now what you're going to want to do with this is you're going to want to refrigerate this for at least an hour. If you're really in a rush, you could probably throw it in the freezer, because I kind of threw it in the freezer this morning and it was fine. Or you can just cover it and leave it until the next day. So let it set up. So it'll take a little bit for it to get set up. So you put that away. All right, now here's the magic of television.
Ta-da!
And even in a completely
So now you
different
have-
bowl for you.
The set up ganache.
That looks so good.
That does.
I can just see it.
Okay, I need a big spoon.
Okay, and then I think that this is essential to making truffles. You have to have the little scoop. I mean, you can scoop them yourself and roll them all out. Sure, if you want to do it. You want to try? It's kind of hard. It's really stiff. You got muscles?
Oh, yeah, so we do it all.
And I let mine set up and it's in the freezer. If you could take, I mean, you could take it out of the refrigerator before it was this firm. And then they'd be a little soft, and then you just put them on a plate with some saran wrap. Stick them in your freezer or fridge until they're nice and set up. Okay?
Got it.
Awesome. And then they're about this size. And now you have the inside of your chocolate truffle.
Okay,
That's how you do that.
Yep.
Yep. And now you have all of the different toppings that you can choose for your truffle.
You had all this
So-
stuff, didn't you?
I know I did, didn't I? Okay, so toasted coconut,
And whatever this is.
hazelnuts,
Huh?
chopped hazelnuts, or as they were called in my grocery store, filberts. And then we also have coating chocolates, so chocolate and we have a little bit of white coating chocolate. I found these at the store, and I used to be able to get this Ghirardelli coating chocolate at Sam's Club, and then I stopped carrying it for a long time, and then I found them at Target. So these are in the baking aisle at Target. There's kind of like a newer section in Target that kind of has some, I don't know, like boutique decorating supplies and stuff for cakes and cookies. And they were in that section, so I was really excited to see them because I think they taste really good. You know, sometimes when you go and get like the almond bark, that doesn't always taste the greatest. This stuff's really good. Tastes really good. And it's very simple. You can temper your own chocolate, you know, and do the whole thing, but to me, that's a lot of work. So I don't really like doing that. It's too much work for me. So we have all different kinds of options on what to do with our truffles. So we could, here, Millie, why don't you get out one of those little cups, and we'll take one, and we'll put coconut on it.
I'll get it.
Put
Those
the little cups are from, well, they were at our grocery store. We have a festival up by us and like there.
okay.
I don't know if it would be a specialty item, but I mean, you could probably get them at Joann's, you know. But then you've got the little, in there, you know, the little coconut. See how nice it looks? That's all you do with that.
Now, even though
And then-
that's cool, the coconut stays on.